The meeting place was shaken. They were all filled with the Holy Spirit and spoke the word of God boldly. Do not be the Arctic River, frozen at the mouth. Pray for boldness, not comfort. The disciples prayed for it and got it. In John 20:22, Jesus breathes upon the disciples. They receive the Holy Spirit. Ask for the air of baptism, and you shall receive it. Ask to be bold, ladies and gentlemen. Ask to be bold. So anyway, that's my little spiel for the week. That's my little notes. Take it for what you will. I'm just another human being trying my best, all right? So with that, where is that map at? It's starting to get up there now. All these clips and all this shit. There we go. For new viewers, every time I read the Israel news, I pull up the map of Greater Israel. For those of you that believe that they may or may not be God's chosen people because you don't believe that the New Testament means the new, oh my God, that people that follow Christ are the new chosen people, which should be the Jews because, whatever, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm about to get mad when I read this shit anyway, so, oh yeah, let's turn on some music. Music for me, not you, right? Anyway, let's see here. What do we got? What do we have in Israel news this week? Oh my God. Yep, I'm already pissed off. Haven't even read it yet, and I'm already pissed. I have a feeling there might be some yelling tonight. I heard people like that, I guess. I don't know. But... So I'll cover the Iran war a little bit more here. That is 2 subjects away here, but we'll touch on it a little bit right now. Israel has intensified airstrikes on Iranian nuclear and military infrastructure. I'll get into that a little bit later. Israel has retaliated with missile barrages targeting central, southern, and northern Israel, causing fires at a chemical plant near Beersheba, damage near Jerusalem. I guess you giveth, you shall taketh, right? I don't know. Conflict has widened. Yemen's Houthis launched their first direct attacks on Israel, opening a new front and raising Red Sea shipping risks. I warned you last week that they would be implementing the Houthis and the Red Sea shipping area to add to the economic problems of the Strait of Hormuz. Like I'll get into later, it is a planned economic collapse. Hence the name of this week's show, or the headline. U.S. involvement includes deploying 2,500 to 35... Grok, you don't know shit, actually. It's more like 16,000, which I'll get into here in a little bit. On the northern front, Hezbollah, funded by Israel, and Lebanon. Oh, God. Heavy exchanges persist. Israel conducts ground operations and airstrikes in southern Lebanon. Netanyahu has signaled widening the buffer zone towards the Litani River. Let's see, where's Lebanon at here? So that means we're moving up a little closer to Damascus, eh? Yeah. So they're moving in this little area right here. They're taking the southern part of Lebanon as a buffer zone. Yeah. Okay. All right. Netanyahu, you dumb fuck. Hezbollah has increased rocket, missile, and drone attacks on northern... I have a cat hair or something here. Oh. Has increased rocket, missile, and drone attacks on northern Israel, killing civilians and soldiers. At least one IDF soldier was recently killed in clashes. Lebanese death toll exceeds 1,100 to 1,200 from Israeli actions. Ladies and gentlemen, I covered last week that they have made U.S. casualties. Jeez, damn cats. They have made U.S. casualties classified information. So if you don't think Israel is following that same suit, you are not only low IQ, but you are brainwashed and fucking retarded. They're getting hit a lot harder than they'll put on. And that's not that I hope for that. In fact, the Israeli citizens, the regular people, a lot of them hate this war. They don't deserve to die. Just like the Lebanese, the 1,100 that are more than likely civilians, they don't deserve to die. But what I'm getting at with this is you're not getting the full story. You're not getting anything from the Allies side of this. Because they want to make it look like they're winning. They want to make it look like we haven't been hit, like the USS Gerald R. Ford that I reported, 4 weeks ago got hit? Or was that the Abraham Lincoln? I don't know. They've both been struck by now. But whichever one is in the port that's out for 14 months, that was not a laundry fire. Okay? They got hit by a missile and are now running and hiding, which you need to do. But nonetheless, if the government actually told us what was going on with our casualties and our losses, I mean, we've lost like 15 planes, and every single one of them has been friendly fire. Like, get the fuck out of here! If you still believe that, it's time to open your eyes and quit listening to mainstream media. Anyway, let's get into Gaza and Hamas, which is Israeli and American funded, of course. Oh, sorry, I gotta turn on my music here. I'm starting to get. I don't like just listening to myself here. I gotta. Come on, where are we at? Bluetooth on. Come on. Please, hurry up. Come on, speaker. Okay, while we wait. A U.S. brokered ceasefire from early in 2026. Last week I celebrated that I didn't have to say shit about this week. Has largely held but remains shaky with low-level Israeli strikes targeting Hamas operatives and occasional violence. I guess ceasefires don't fucking matter anymore, huh?
Power on. Bluetooth pairing.
We don't follow ceasefires. As long as you are Israel, you don't have to follow a ceasefire. As long as you're the United States, you don't have to follow a ceasefire. But if anybody else in the world does it, anybody else, they're the fucking enemy. And they're war criminals, and they're... You're war criminals. Very much so. Focus has shifted away from, I guess Hamas is reportedly reasserting some... Oh, yeah, it's connected now, I think. Hold on. All right. Whew. All right, that's much better. Excuse me, got to do this real fast. Really. There we go, yeah. Anybody can hear that and it's too loud, you just let me know. I stream on so many different platforms that if you have something to say, a comment or whatever, you can either if you're watching on Rumble, you can use the chat. I do get that. on Facebook and X. I do not get that. I can't see it. So you can text, or if you're really feeling froggy, oh my god, of course we have an ad. This is what happens when you're broke, dude. You gotta watch the ads to be able to use a texting service. Anyway, you can text 484 824. What? Oh my god. Hold on. It has it as Vinny, and that's hard to. So 484 828 4669. 69. Stupid as fuck. But so it's 484 828 Vinny. Okay. Feel free to text that number if you have something to say. I won't see who you are. If you want to make it known who you are, by all means, let's do it. Bitches, gripes, complaints, additions, whatever. I'm right here. I have answered bullshit live on air. And that's yet another conversation that ended with attacking character, so I just dropped it. Anyway, overall, the situation is highly fluid and escalating regionally, with risks of further involvement from proxies and diplomatic breakthroughs or broader conflict. Anyway, let's see. I do have a part on this. iPhone person phone 8. Let's go up to the beginning. I will be much faster this week with these, I believe. I've made it pretty dummy proof. Just got to figure out where this week starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Here's a fun little thing that I covered last week as well, but I'm just reiterating on it. Joint press release on 3/29/2026. Holy City of Jerusalem, Palm Sunday, 29 March 2026. This morning, the Israeli police prevented the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, His Beatitude Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzabella, head of the Catholic Church in the Holy Land, together with the Custos of the Holy Land, the most Reverend Fr. Francisco Lelpo, OFM, the official guardian of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem as they made their way to celebrate the Palm Sunday Mass. The two were stopped en route while proceeding privately and without any characteristics of a procession or a ceremonial act, and were compelled to turn back as a result. And for the first time in centuries, the heads of the church were prevented from celebrating the Palm Sunday Mass at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This incident is a grave precedent and disregard the sensibilities of billions of people around the world who during this week look to Jerusalem. The heads of the churches have acted with full responsibility and, since the outset of the war, have complied with all imposed restrictions. Public gatherings were canceled, attendance was prohibited, and arrangements were made to broadcast the celebrations to hundreds of millions of faithful worldwide who, during these days of Easter, turn their eyes to Jerusalem and to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which holds the holy fire that I covered last week. I showed you a video of it. It's amazing. It's otherworldly. It's a fire that burns. You can put it on your arm. You can hold it up to your hair and you won't start on fire. It's pretty fucking awesome. Shows the great power of our one and only King, Jesus Christ. Preventing the entry of the cardinal and the custos, who bear the highest ecclesiastical responsibility for the Catholic Church and the holy places, constitutes a manifestly unreasonable and grossly disproportionate measure. This hasty and fundamentally flawed decision, tainted by improper considerations, represents an extreme departure from basic principles of reasonableness, freedom of worship, and respect for the status quo. The Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, in the custody of the Holy Land, expressed their profound sorrow to the Christian faithful in the Holy Land and throughout the world. That prayer on one of the most sacred days of the Christian calendar has thus been prevented. Your greatest ally, right? Your greatest ally. Let me zoom in on it again. Look at that. Look at that. The Greater Israel Project. Greater Israel Project. On our biggest Christian holiday, Easter. Christmas. No, that's just a corporate holiday to make you pay money, to spend more money that you don't have in wintertime because everybody's broke during the winter. But on our biggest day, Israel has cut off the ability for us to look to our one spot in the state of Israel with the holy fire, and nobody can go there. You can't celebrate. You cannot celebrate Jesus Christ where in the spot where he was crucified and resurrected. You can't even go there because the state of Israel and the satanic Edomite-like people that run it have cut Christians off from being able to celebrate in the Holy Land. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but they're not your greatest ally. They fucking hate you. They look down on you. They spit on you. And until they drop to their knees and praise Christ, I will stand here or sit here on my soapbox and I will continue to talk shit no matter what. They'll have to shut me down in order to shut me up, which they might try to do. Nonetheless, I digress. Speaking of Israel news, let's get into. Oh, what did I have here? I have something else here. I don't think so. Nope. Let's get into the Epstein updates. Work phone. Number one. Went too far. There we go. This comes from Diligent Denizen on X. Rothschild Bank in Paris raided by police amid Epstein fallout. The Rothschild Bank HQ was searched in Paris on Friday in a renewed Epstein investigation. The raid occurred at Edmond de Rothschild's headquarters, with CEO Ariane de Rothschild present at the time. So he said on here, no arrests or raids in the USA. Seems like everybody else is doing a little bit of something at least. You know, scratching their citizens back on the whole ordeal. Here in the United States, they call it a hoax. We have people dead to rights. Howard Lutnick. We got Black. We have the names that are on the list, and they haven't even pulled in. They haven't even been pulled in. Nobody's even questioned them. The Clintons had a public disposition, and they lied the whole fucking time. Like, why are we doing public dispositions and all that fucking bullshit? How about we arrest every single person on that list until they wait in line for their time for a trial, and then we decide whether they're guilty or not? How about we do that, huh? You did it to J6 people. You sure as fuck could do it to them. You rounded them up in, 2-3 months? Every single one of them was sitting in the DC gulag. or a gulag likewise. Not all of them were in DC. But we have people raping, murdering, eating, and torturing children, and instead of rounding any of them up, we just call it bullshit here in the United States. No wonder we have Iran and everybody burning statues of Bull when they're declaring war on us. No shit. Makes it pretty easy to believe. They can basically release whatever propaganda they want to, as long as they hold the Epstein list over the people in DC, because for the most part, they're fucking right. Like, is this country so lobotomized that we have these people dead to rights in the emails talking about exactly what you know they're talking about, and there's no outrage. There's no, I know there was more no kings fucking things yesterday. Where's the arrest the fucking pedophiles riots? Yeah, fuck it. I'm not even gonna call it protest. Where's the riots at? We had riots over some drug addict getting killed. Where's the fucking riots for the people that are abusing children? We just don't care, right? We just don't care. Yeah, and you people fucking irritate me, dude. Both sides. Left and right. Fuck, at least the left uses their voice. Like, holy fuck. It's pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic. Most ex-military are conservative. And none of them will stand up and do a goddamn thing, huh? Excuse me. Sorry, Lord, for saying that. Pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic. A2. Yeah. So the next one. Let's see here. What does it say here? So, new leaked Epstein documents show the FBI removed the hard drive from the prison's camera system and wiped all footage from the night Jeffrey Epstein was murdered. Now, I covered the Reddit post and all that about a month ago, where it talked about Epstein getting put into a van, and the workers weren't even notified that somebody was going to be there. They brought somebody into his cell, and he went out in the van. I'll get more into that here a little later. But, oh, God, where's the... Okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read the part in here. Where is the... Oh, Lord. Let's see. Did I put it in there? No. Let me see if I can find the file on it. So the file number is 90A-NY-3251227. Redacted advised that only one hard drive of the camera system was working at the time of the incident on August 10th, 2019. When a DVR went bad, none of the cameras recorded. There was a system failure of DVR2 on July 29th, 2019, and the motherboard failed on DVR2 on August 8th, 2019. The hard drive failure occurred on August 10th, 2019. I'm going to skip down a paragraph. After the incident, Redacted was asked about the cameras. There were 2 new hard drives to install, but installing the new hard drives would mean that all prior data would be lost. The warden wanted video, and so Redacted was... I don't know. The rest isn't on there. But Redacted advised that an FBI agent was the one who pulled out the DVR. Also advised that he knew that by replacing both hard drives, the system would be wiped, and that he had advised personnel at MCC of that. I just don't know. I don't know where the outrage is. Where are the people getting pissed off about this? I watch a lot, nonstop, all day, pretty much every day. I follow the news. I follow InfoWars very close. And it seems everybody, and I'm not hating on Harrison and Rex and Alex, but I know it's like kicking the dead horse. They have other news they need to get to, but it just seems like the Epstein thing is just getting brushed under the rug. That's why I make it an emphasis to post this shit. Everything I see Epstein, I play it. I want to keep it in everybody's mind because we cannot let this disappear. Anyway, now this one I can't verify it's completely 100% correct. I don't know if it is real, but it looks pretty convincing. This actually comes from the Iranian leadership. So let's see it here, huh?
Michael Jackson hated
what?
Spielberg. Michael Jackson hated.
Oh, really? They deleted it.
Michael Jackson hated Steve.
Oh. Hold on. I'm going to have to do... I guess here's our first one. I got taken down. Let's see. Trump. No way. They took it down. Holy shit, dude. I knew I should have screen recorded it. Oh my god. Well, let's search the index quick. I wouldn't usually push the envelope this much on it, but this is pretty important. It's disgusting. Trump, Elon, Epstein, video, Iran. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so let's try one more thing, and then I guess I'll just drop it. I'll just zoom in on the... Epstein video. Oh my god. You've got to be shitting me. Well, I'll try to take it down and play it next week, but here's this. I'll pull you up to it. That's Donald Trump sitting in his underwear. And these girls are extremely scared, and they're speaking in German. I think they're saying, like, let us go, or we're scared, or something like that. And he just watches them parade around the room. And then it cuts over to Elon, and he's literally looking at one of these, they've got to be 6-7-year-old girls, and he's like just you know, like that dude on meth at the strip club. Yeah, that's what he looks like when the when the tweaker bitch gets up on stage. Don't ask me how I know from experience. Anyway, well, that's unfortunate. Let's try it one more time. See if it was just a... Nope. Took it down. But it came from... Let's see if I can open it. Can I open it in browser? Oh my god. That was like the most important video of the whole show. But anyway, let's get into the Palm Beach Pete. I don't know if you've heard about Palm Beach Pete, but you're about to. That is on. Oops, I'm in the wrong one here. There we go. Let's listen to Brianna M. Young on Instagram. Oh, wow. We're doing that one too.
By the way, I'll just.
Wow. You know what? Let me just close Instagram quick. Oh, here we go. All right. So it starts with the caption, "You're telling me nobody is talking about the fact Palm Beach Pete is living in Epstein's mansion." Jeffrey Epstein. This is a picture of Jeffrey Epstein himself with the same balcony and background. So pay attention. Let me pull you closer so you can see. Okay. So there's the king pedophile himself. Pay attention to this, the tree in the background. Okay. That is him. Now this is Palm Beach Pete with the same bit in the background. Same balcony and background. What is it? There we go. Driving in Epstein's car. Same guy, same car. Same exact t-shirt. It's a psyop to normalize it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is. They're just getting you used to this shit. Where did I put my pen? Oh, yeah, I forgot. My makeup pen. For a good stretch at the beginning of the show, I always put a cross on not this cheek here. But anyway, let's see. Charlie Kirk on Epstein. So Charlie Kirk on May 1st, 2023. Epstein's calendar reveals he met with CIA Director William Burns, Henry Kissinger, Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, and Obama White House counsel Catherine Rumler of Rothschild, all after he was a registered sex offender. This is why we'll never see Epstein's client list, which I released many weeks ago, that the Black Book actually does exist. His former butler or something like that was in a video with a CIA agent telling him or trying to sell the CIA agent or whatever the book itself. So here's one that'll what did we do here? Phone number what? 7. Kirk was 2. So this is I covered the video of Stephen Colbert with that kid, where his face was painted like the background, and anyway, here's an update to that. No, don't tell me they took that one down too. Okay. So the same kid, I'll pull you close here. So the same kid, he's right here, Benjamin Raposa. He was missing and has been found in the Epstein files. Oops. So that's Stephen Colbert, and here's this kid right here. It's extremely creepy. Hopefully it plays the music with it, but Benjamin Raposa was only 12 years old. Oh, that is definitely the same kid. He's been missing since December 2019. Yep. And he is dead. It was, oh, whoop. Oh my god. Damn it. I gotta go back to it here. Yep, well, the kid in the video is indeed dead. And Stephen Colbert made a video with him, huh? That's cute. And he still gets to host a late night TV show. He still gets to tell you how to feel and what to think, and yeah, that's just awesome, isn't it? Work phone 9. Pedal protection law. So here's a. Oh my gosh, this is really pissing me off. So this girl says, "Get the wood chippers ready." They're trying to push to give pedals protection under the law. HB 6638. The CT MAP Anti-Discrimination Bill. HB 226 or 226 in parentheses, defines sexual orientation as a person's identity in relation to the gender or genders to which they are romantically, emotionally, or sexually attracted. Yeah, I guess I don't need the sound for this. Under gender, CT public schools teach children to identify their gender through genderbread person lessons. So children have gender and must be excluded. Attracted. Minor attracted people, or MAPs, are included by definition in HB 6638 and are part of the queue of LGBTQIA plus pedophile. Don't confuse pedophiles with convicts. We don't have to assume all MAPs have or will commit a second crime, but we also shouldn't force CT parents, I assume that's Connecticut, to be denied common sense protections for their children against real danger. Your daycare, school bus company, camp, school, nursery, pediatric office, and more will be prevented from declining employment or to firing a professed minor attracted person. The state of Connecticut will have to approve minor attracted persons as foster parents, daycare operators, pediatricians, and more. Consider that Connecticut has had over 1,000 children adopted as potential victims of, or repeated, 1,000 children repeated as reported as potential victims of sex trafficking. This bill protects sexual attraction over common sense. You're sitting here making a bill that makes it okay to work with children if you are a fucking pedophile. Where are the pitchforks and the motherfucking torches at? What are we doing? Connecticut, do better. Stand up. End it. Can hardly handle it. Can hardly handle it. Oh, let's see here. Oh, yeah. So let's get into the Iran war updates. First, I'll read my little bit, then we'll get into the clips, posts, this, that, the other thing. The IDF and U.S. forces report near completion of major strikes on Iran's missile and nuclear programs. Well, if you ask Donald Trump, we've won this war like 12 times already. And apparently Iran's begging for a deal. But yet Iran completely denies having any contact with them. As Mike Adams said, is Trump just talking to an AI person, I guess? Like he texts this number and it's just an AI that responds, and I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it at this point. He's proven himself to be kind of sold out. Anyway, CENTCOM says over 11,000 targets have been hit. Israel claims control of Iranian skies and has degraded about 70% of Iran's ballistic missile launchers. Struck sites like the Arak heavy water reactor, uranium facilities, and other infrastructure around Tehran and elsewhere. Recent strikes targeted defense industrial sites and northeastern areas like Mashhad. Iranian retaliation. Iran continues small, spread out missile barrages on Israel. Really? Oh my God. Do I have videos of. No, because I don't want to celebrate it or anything. But no, Iran is piss pounding Israel right now. Even Grok lies. See, like I told you, you have to watch what you got to use some common sense too. Some of your real world knowledge, you have to take that into account whenever you read news on, let's say, AI. When you're watching Fox News, definitely when you watch Fox News. But even when you're watching people like me, people like Alex Jones, Harrison Smith, Owen Schroyer, Mike Adams, you still need to be able to think for yourself and know what's right and what's wrong. You can feel it in your stomach when you're being lied to, ladies and gentlemen. But hitting areas like Beersheba, it's an industrial chemical plant fire, or it was a plant fire. Ramat Gan and other sites, causing civilian casualties and damage. Iran has also struck U.S. Gulf targets, including an acclaimed drone attack on a U.S. base in Jordan and earlier hits on Saudi facilities. Like I said, maybe Iran's doing us a favor. So our soldiers are moved out of these bases. Why not level those fuckers so we don't have any more bases in the Middle East, so we can't do this stupid shit anymore? And we bring everybody home and we protect the homeland. If we have such a superior military, we should be able to just protect our own homeland, right? Anyway, diplomacy and U.S. posture. Diplomatic talks continue via Pakistan. Regional powers like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt meeting in Islamabad. Hey, I've been there. The U.S. presented a 15-point proposal. Trump stated a deal could be done soon. Really? As Iran has literally given you the middle finger and told you that we're doing this till death? Okay. The U.S. has deployed. I'll get into that here in a little bit with Mike Adams. So, tablet 1. Let's see here. And like I said, I was going to cover Ukraine and Russia and the Iran war. So this one comes from Ukraine. This comes from Rex Jones at Rex Jones News on X, formerly Twitter. Putin will destroy them now. It's over. And from Bricks News, just in, Ukraine strikes Russia's largest oil port. I'll get into that in a little bit about how this is a planned economic collapse for the world. Okay? So everybody's attacking power plants, right? And refineries and all that shit. Oh, let's see. Ukraine bonds. 16 million. This comes from Mike Adams, Health Ranger on X. From the Patriot Voice, we won the war with Iran, yet Trump is going to send 16,000 plus of your sons and daughters there to be put into a literal meat grinder of Iranian drones and missiles. And Mike Adams said, so wait, now it's 16,000 troops being sent to Iran. Soon it'll be 50,000, Vietnam 2.0, like I said. And it's sure starting to get those rings, isn't it? It really is starting to get those rings. Oh, whoop. Why did I close out of that? Where did I put? Oh my. Oh yeah. Okay. Russian oil fire.